scheduled banks are commercial banks and cooperative banks. And under commercial banks, you'd notice we have public sector banks, we have private sector banks, we have foreign banks, and we have regional rural banks. So, what are the public sector banks? Public sector banks, it took them a longer period of time in reaching to its present condition. So, setting up of State Bank of India in the year 1955 by converting Imperial Bank of India into a state-owned bank. पहले स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया का नाम हुआ करता था इंपीरियल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. इसे 1955 में सेटअप किया गया और इसे कन्वर्ट किया गया स्टेट ओन्ड बैंक में. मतलब हमारा जो नेशनल बैंक है आप कह सकते हैं as State Bank of India. And establishment of 7 subsidiary banks as Associated Bank of State Bank of India in the year 1959. Nationalization of 20 commercial banks in 2 stages in 1969 and 1980. If we and by converting the erstwhile Industrial Development Bank of India, which is a financial institution, into a commercial bank. Few recent developments in public sector banks. In 1991, it was emphasized that India should have fewer but stronger banks. You know, जो banks का total number है वो कम हो but strong हो, but stronger public sector banks. So 2016 onwards, effective action was undertaken to consolidate public sector banks by amalgamation of 5 associate banks of State Bank of India and Bharatiya Mahila Bank into SBI. And 2 associate banks were merged earlier. The Government of India in 2019 announced consolidation of 10 public sector banks into 4 banks. And further in 2019, LIC acquired, Life Insurance Corporation of India acquired 51% controlling stake of IDBI Bank, and consequently RBI has categorized IDBI Bank as private sector bank. So at present, the country has a total of 12 public sector banks. स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, अब आप लोगों को क्लियर हो गया होगा कि स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड एज अ स्टेट ओन्ड बैंक इन द ईयर 1955 और प्रीवियसली इट यूज्ड टू बी नोन एज इंपीरियल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. Imperial Bank of India, now it is known as, after 1955 it is known as State Bank of India. It is the largest bank in Indian banking system with over 22,000 branches, which are serving 48 crore plus customers. And the State Bank of India offers many, financial subsidiaries. It has like a card we have throughout the country. And based on the policies which are pursued by Government of India, many nationalized banks have been merged to form bigger banks. यही अगर हमने पहले आपको याद हो तो हमने पहले mandate पढ़ा था कि we, it was emphasized that we have fewer but stronger public sector banks. So in recent and at present there are 11 nationalized banks in the country. Nationalized banks have a very large capital, deposit and asset base, and they perform varieties of functions to offer various financial services. And major commercial banks have financial subsidiaries to cater to various services. जैसे हम SBI की बात कर रहे हैं वैसे ही आप अलग-अलग जो हमारे नेशनलाइज्ड बैंक्स हैं, पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स हैं, उनका भी आप डेफिनेटली और स्टडी डिटेल में कर सकते हैं. Then we come to private sector banks. These banks are incorporated in India and whose shares are held by public. Majority of these banks belongs to category of old generation private banks categorized by small balance sheet, regional operations, traditional style of management and business activities. The other category of private sector banks is the new generation banks incorporated post 1993. That is the time when economic reforms took place in our country, and the overall pattern of economic development, the overall rhythm of economic development changed after that. These banks are better capitalized, technology driven, aggressive in business development, and adopt a style of functioning comparable to foreign banks. जो भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स है, उनका जो स्टाइल ऑफ ऑपरेशंस है, वो बहुत एडवांस है एंड ओवरऑल इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ सर्विस क्वालिटी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनलिज्म, लाइक यू नेम इट एंड दे हैव इट. सो एंड दे आर इन अ कंपेरेबल टू फॉरेन बैंक्स ऑपरेटिंग इन. जो फॉरेन बैंक्स हैं, जिनकी हम बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की बात करते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट जो हमारे यहाँ के प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स हैं या इवन पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स हैं, उनकी सर्विस क्वालिटी भी regularly improvement witness किया जाए. And these banks adopt a variety of delivery channels, and there at present there are 21 private sector banks as of 31st of May 2023. After that, we have foreign banks. These are the banks which are incorporated abroad but granted license by RBI to do banking business in India through their Indian branches. While there are many foreign banks operating in India, their branch network is smaller. वो mainly कैपिटल में है, ये जो फॉर एग्जांपल बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद, चेन्नई, इन प्लेसेस में उनकी प्रेजेंस ज़्यादा होगी कंपेयर्ड टू most of them operate in metropolitan cities and state capitals. Their operations are technology driven, and good part of their business comprises of corporate banking, foreign exchange, export-import finance, as of 31st May 2023. After that, we have regional rural banks. Regional rural banks have been established with a focus on rural development under the Regional Rural Bank Act 1976. These banks are sponsored by public sector banks, but unlike commercial banks, these areas, their area of operation is restricted to only few district. जो रीजनल रूरल बैंक्स हैं, वो पूरी कंट्री में उनका ऑपरेशन नहीं हो सकता. इंस्टेड उनका जो फोकस है वो रूरल डेवलपमेंट है, विच इज गवर्न्ड बाय द रीजनल रूरल बैंक्स एक्ट 1976. और जो उनका एरिया ऑफ ऑपरेशन है वो भी बहुत लिमिटेड नहीं रहेगा. इट विल बी लिमिटेड टू ओनली few districts. They do not offer all the financial services that are offered by the commercial banks. ओनरशिप जो इसका proportion होता है, ownership capital is jointly provided by central government 50%, concerned state government 15%, and the sponsoring bank 35%. 50% is coming from the central government, concerned state, like for example, if it is coming from 50% has come from central government, then state government ho sakta. Take example of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, the state government will give 15% and sponsor companies act. These banks are expected to set up in district towns, and the areas of their operation would be maximum to 3 geographically contiguous districts where they can operate their branches. And the name is local area bank. They are only limited to operate in 3 districts. At present, there are 2 local area banks which are operating in our country. After that, we have small finance banks, essentially scaled down version of commercial banks with regard to both deposit taking and loan making. Required to provide at least 75% of their loans to borrowers classified as priority sector, and at least 50% of their loan must be below 25 lakhs. So definitely जब लोन अमाउंट बहुत 25 लाख से कम है, तो फोकस जो है वो जो सेक्टर्स हैं या जो जो पॉपुलेशन सेगमेंट्स हैं जिन्हें क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी अवेल करने की ज़रूरत है, वो अवेल नहीं कर पा रहे क्योंकि उनके पास रिसोर्सेज़ नहीं है या उनके पास बैंकिंग फैसिलिटीज़ needs or can distribute mutual fund, insurance, and pension product, but they cannot lend to customer or issue credit cards. These are the facilities which are not allowed for payment banks to introduce, and that facility is to lend to customer or issue credit cards. They can only park their money in government papers and bank deposits. After that, we have cooperative banks registered under the State Government Cooperative Societies Act, and the Registrar of Cooperative Societies of the state concerned is the authority for registration of such banks. Main regulator is the state government here, or central government in case the cooperative bank operates in more Act. इसके लिए एक अलग से dedicated act बना cooperative principles, and cooperative banks can be classified as urban cooperative bank, state cooperative bank, and district central cooperative. अलग अलग उनके classifications हैं. So talking about the functions of banks, traditional functions जो होते हैं वो होता है acceptance of deposits, loans and advance disbursement, and remittance services that the banks are providing. So acceptance of deposits, it will be in the form of current account, it will be in the form of savings account. I hope all of you understand the difference between current account and savings account.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So here there is no interest is payable preferred by the businesses, and large number of transactions will take place. Whereas in case of a savings bank account, the nominal interest is paid, it is preferred by individual, and the overall the number of transactions will not be as high as it can be in case of a current account. जो ओवर लाइक किसी ने अगर अपना मनी डिपॉजिट किया है तो कितनी बार बैंक में जाके विड्रॉ करेंगे, डेफिनेटली कम. बट बिजनेस के केस में क्या हो रहा है, कहीं पेमेंट है, कहीं रिसीट है, कहीं कुछ बहुत बहुत सारे ट्रांजैक्शंस हो रहे हैं थ्रू आउट द मंथ. सो ओवरऑल जो बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शंस है वो बहुत ज्यादा. एंड करेंट अकाउंट एंड saving accounts are known as demand deposit, and the amount deposited in both is repayable to the customer as and when demanded by them. After that, we have term deposit. Customers can keep their funds for a long period of time in form of fixed deposits, recurring or cumulative deposits, monthly income deposits, etc. Depending on the bank, it's different products that they are offering. Then we have loans and advances. Banks pay their disbursement of loans. They are, when they are earning interest. Hence, banks invest and lend earning and profit for any bank. And banks lend in the form of cash, credit, overdrafts, demand loans, and term loans. Talking about the classification of loans, they can be classified as corporate loans, small and medium enterprises advances, agricultural loans, retail loans, foreign currency loans, education loans, and vehicle loans. So why we are talking about this account as a distinct account? इसमें क्या difference होगा ऐसा?
Whenever we need money in other country,
Okay.
this
See,
account helps us to in foreign.
नहीं वैसा नहीं है. Like it's like एनआरआई कौन होता है, पहले तो उसकी डेफिनेशन देखनी पड़ेगी कि हम किस इंडियन सिटीजन को हम एनआरआई कहेंगे. Who is defined as NRI. So definitely like if someone is spending more than 6 months or more than 180 days out of country in one particular financial year, then that person can be called a NRI. आफ्टर दैट एनआरआई अकाउंट में कुछ इंटरेस्ट बेनिफिट्स वगैरह भी ज्यादा होते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि उससे जो हमारी कंट्री की इनकम बढ़ रही है, जो भी रेमिटेंस आ रहा है वो हमारी कंट्री की जो फॉरेक्स है वो भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है। सो इस बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट्स हैं एनआरआई अकाउंट रिलेटेड दैट यू कैन आप उसको अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट हो तो आप डेफिनेटली उसे और एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। बट यस दिस इज अ डिफरेंट एनआरआई अकाउंट, उसके लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्री रिक्वायरमेंट्स भी डिफरेंट होंगी। So talking about the functions of bank, classification of loans based on the security, which can be, in the following form: surety, pledge of bank's deposit receipts, shares and debentures, assignment of life insurance policies, mortgage of immovable property, hypothecation of plant and machinery, stock of goods in the form of raw material, goods in progress, and finished goods. And after that, we have also NPAs, non-performing assets, which are loans and advances which remain overdue for more than the stipulated time period. Time period is written twice here.
हाँ, मेरा मतलब आदत नहीं है,
So,
किसी भी एग्जाम का नहीं मिला था चाहे।
okay. Loans and advances which remain overdue for more than stipulated time period. And because of NPAs, because of banks are not in a position to receive their dues on time, they result into loss of income. That is interest not being paid or recovered, or in some cases loss of principal amount as well. So banks are at a loss in case the credit that they have given to any individual, any organization, any institution, they are not getting the repayment of time after several rounds of reminders and all the follow-ups. They are not able to continue separate or distinct mechanism to deal with such kind of transaction. Then remittance services, payment and settlement system, which enables trade and commerce in the country to transfer and settle the funds. Banks network have spread cards. Cards can be debit card and credit card. Debit come ATM card. Then internet banking, mobile banking, telebanking. After that, we have electronic payment system having RTGS and NEFT. What is NEFT? National Electronic Fund Transfer, and RTGS is real time gross settlement. So all of these advanced technologically induced advancement of services are increasing the overall satisfaction experience or satisfaction index of customers. So, talking about the recent trends in the banking services, you will notice that there is greater operational freedom given to the banks. Consolidation of banks has also taken place. हमने अपने सेशन में पूरे टाइम डिस्कस किया कि कैसे नंबर ऑफ बैंक्स को कम करके बैंक्स को ज्यादा स्ट्रांग बनाया गया है. लाइक देयर शुड बी लेस इन नंबर बट मोर स्ट्रांग पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स. तो उसके लिए कंसोलिडेशन भी रेगुलरली हुआ है. After that, emergence of universal banking services are, slightly ignored area because of several reasons. But right now, there is a huge amount of focus on ensuring financial inclusion, and this is definitely going to contribute a lot towards the economic development of our country. Give me a moment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, there was a power cut at my place, so I was not sure whether the network is working fine. Thank you. Yes. So financial inclusion is becoming a very important aspect of banking system. whichever sector of bank it is, RRBs हैं जैसे, या स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक्स हैं, पेमेंट्स बैंक है, इनको तो ऑलरेडी कुछ इनकी गाइडलाइंस हैं टू इंक्लूड the financially excluded population in their service portfolios. Apart from that, the public sector banks are also encouraged, and even the private sector banks are encouraged to have ensure their presence in the rural areas, so that the population which is still now or for till last few years was away from availing banking services can comfortably start following whatever trends that which are there in the banking sector and avail the services. Increased use of technology, definitely it is kind of a very highly beneficial for everyone, for the bank also, because when they have best of technology available with them, they can cater to a large customer base. अगर उनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल नहीं होगी, तो जो उनका कस्टमर बेस होगा बहुत लिमिटेड होगा, बट थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी दे आर एबल टू कैटर टू अ लार्जर कस्टमर बेस. उसके बाद मोबाइल बैंकिंग, अगेन थ्रू मोबाइल बैंकिंग पीपल आर कंफर्टेबली एबल टू हैंडल अ लॉट ऑफ देयर एक्टिविटीज, लॉट ऑफ देयर ट्रांजैक्शंस. और एनी जब भी उन्हें कोई क्वेरी हो रही है, जब भी उन्हें कुछ डाउट है, पहले हर टास्क के लिए उन्हें ब्रांच विजिट करनी पड़ती थी, बट अब मेजोरिटी ऑफ उनकी जो क्वेरीज हैं, कंफ्यूजन्स हैं, डाउट्स हैं, एक्सक्यूज मी, वो इवन मोबाइल बैंकिंग अवेल करके भी उन्हें मिल पा रहे हैं. एनी अदर ट्रेंड दैट यू आर विटनेसिंग इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर? और कौन सा ऐसा ट्रेंड है जो आप लोग विटनेस कर रहे हैं? ऐसा कुछ आपको एक और कुछ ऐसा ट्रेंड्स याद आते हैं जो यहाँ पे इंक्लूड नहीं किए गए हैं? सारा कुछ कवर हुआ है यहाँ पे?
यस मैम.
ठीक है. मेजर मेजर चेंजेस, जी, मेजर चेंजेस यही है. देखिए, इसमें ऑपरेशनल फ्रीडम भी है बैंक्स को, बैंक्स अपने इंटरेस्ट रेट वगैरह डिसाइड कर सकती हैं, प्रोडक्ट रिलेटेड भी बहुत सारे मॉडिफिकेशन कर सकते हैं. कंसोलिडेशन ऑफ बैंक्स हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया. इमरजेंस ऑफ यूनिवर्सल बैंकिंग सर्विसेज, हम वो सब एक्सपीरियंस कर ही रहे हैं एज अ यूजर. इंक्रीज ट्रस्ट ऑन फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, ये भी हम सभी विटनेस कर रहे हैं कि ये सब यूनिवर्सली हर पॉपुलेशन जो हमारी है, हर हर इंडिविजुअल जो हमारी कंट्री का सिटीजन है, रेसिडेंट है, वो बैंकिंग सर्विसेज अवेल कर सके. एंड उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी इज an important factor which is helping the firms, or which is helping the individuals to attain to avail the banking services. So to summarize, we have few keywords here. So you will notice that first is public sector banks, major type of government-owned banks where a majority stake, that is more than 50%, is held by the government of India. Shares of these government-owned stocks are also listed in the stock exchange. Private sector banks, banks wherein private ownership is more than 51%. New generation bank, banks with up-to-date, technology which support the growth and inclusiveness of banking sector by facilitating the inclusive economic growth. After that, we have regional rural banks, banks which have been established under the Regional Rural Bank Act 1976. They operate at regional level in different states under the ownership of Government of India with sponsorship of major public sector commercial banks. डिफरेंशिएटेड बैंक्स और निश बैंक, मतलब बहुत ही उनका कुछ कस्टमाइज स्पेशलाइज प्रोडक्ट है, are the banks that serve the need of certain demographic segment of population, such as small finance banks or payment banks. Then we have payment banks, banks which operate on a smaller scale without involving any credit risk. After that, we have urban cooperative bank, also known as primary cooperative bank. They operate in urban and semi-urban areas primarily to cater to small business owners, borrowers, and businesses centered on communities, neighborhood, and workplace groups. And then we have, some rural different committees and rural cooperative banks as well.
Huh?
After that, we have development financial institutions, critical intermediaries promoted by government.
इन साल में चैत में ना ना
Critical intermediaries promoted by the government for channelizing long-term finance, required for investment in priority sector and infrastructure for realizing the economic growth. These institutions, apart from providing refinance to banks and credit institutions, engage themselves in promotional and development of activities in core areas mandated in their statute. For example, NABARD है या हाउसिंग बैंक है या सिडबी है, उनके जो ऑलरेडी उनके स्टैट्यूज में जो मेंशन्ड एरियाज है, मैंडेटेड एरियाज इस वजह से है कि उन्हीं पर्पसेस की वजह से, उन्हीं रिक्वायरमेंट की वजह से इन पर्टिकुलर बैंक्स को एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है, इन्हें फॉर्म किया गया है। सो उनके ऑलरेडी फोकस एरियाज प्री डिफाइंड है एंड उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही उनके सारे ऑपरेशंस रेगुलरली किए जाते हैं। आफ्टर दैट वी हैव रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. This particular RBI Act, it was enacted in the year 1934, in terms of which RBI has been established to regulate the issue of banknotes and keeping of reserves with a view of securing monetary stability in the country, that is India, and generally to operate the currency and credit system of the country. So not only operate but also regulate. This is another important aspect that RBI has to address, that they are not only regulating, they are not only monitoring, they are continuously encouraging banks also to come up with the best of the best possible services, and also to ensure that they are able to include all the, again I will reiterate that they are able to include all the population segments in the banking system that is required. After that, we have Banking Regulation Act, which was enacted in the year 1949. एंड इसका जो एम अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें तो डेवलपमेंट ऑफ साउंड एंड बैलेंस ग्रोथ ऑफ बैंकिंग बिजनेस इन द कंट्री, डिफाइनिंग बैंकिंग, इट्स लाइसेंसिंग, फंक्शनिंग, कैपिटल एंड रिजर्व रिक्वायरमेंट्स, बैंकिंग ऑपरेशंस एंड मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स, ये सारे एस्पेक्ट यहाँ पे एड्रेस हो रहे हैं. Then we have demand deposit, a deposit of money made in the account that can be withdrawn without prior notice. जैसे कि करंट अकाउंट है, सेविंग अकाउंट है, उसके लिए हमें बैंक की ब्रांच को प्रायर नोटिस नहीं देना पड़ेगा, या जो भी इंडिविजुअल है वो अपने बिजनेस कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट को प्रायर नोटिस नहीं देंगे कि हमें बैंक से अमाउंट विड्रॉ करना है. They can withdraw it as and when they want. What is time deposit or term deposit? This deposit made in the bank that cannot be withdrawn before a set date or for which notice of withdrawal is required. In case there is a premature withdrawal, definitely an application is required, an application stating the reason. Some banks may ask. Otherwise, application must have all the details about the the folio number and the amount and everything and the maturity date. And when you are withdrawing it premature, then in that case all the individuals who are the account holder, their names, their signature, everything has to be mentioned, and they may be asked to come for verification as well. It cannot be done only by one single individual. After that, we have electronic banking, which is a form of banking in which funds are transferred through an exchange of electronic signal rather than through an exchange of cash. Mobile banking, which is an art of making financial transactions on mobile device, that is a mobile phone, the cell phone device that we generally use, or a tablet. Safe deposit lockers, all of us understand. Still, to tell you, to to store the valuables such as important documents, expensive jewelry, emergency money reserves, etc. Then we have RTGS, NEFT, and IMPS. What is RTGS? A fund transfer system that a fund transfer system that allows for instantaneous transfer of money or securities. It is the continuous process of setting payment on an individual order basis without netting debit with credit across the books of a central bank. Then we have NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. The electronic fund transfer system maintained by RBI, the system enables banks customers to transfer funds between any two NEFT enabled bank accounts on a one-to-one basis. Fund transfer and settlement take place in batches under this particular system. And after that, we have IMPS, Immediate Payment Service, which is an instant interbank electronic fund transfer service through mobile phone. It is also being extended through other channels such as ATM and internet banking also. So these are some of the snapshots of the structure of Indian banking system that we studied in this session. I hope things are clear to you and you are able to understand the basic background of the banking system. You are able to understand the journey which it has undergone, और ओवरऑल जो भी अभी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं हमारे बैंकिंग सिस्टम में उनके क्या क्या जस्टिफिकेशंस हैं, क्या रीजंस हैं, कौन से पर्पसेस हैं जिसकी वजह से ये सारे चेंजेस इंट्रोड्यूस किए जा रहे हैं. आई होप एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर टू यू. दो हम थोड़ा सा इस सेशन में थोड़ा फास्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन किया है, बट जब आप अपने खुद से भी आप जब पढ़ेंगे, आप व्हेन यू आर डूइंग सेल्फ स्टडी और व्हेन यू आर स्टडिंग इन ड्यूरिंग डिफरेंट सेशन, सो आपका जो बैंकिंग सिस्टम रिलेटेड नॉलेज है वो और स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा. बट RBI will be RBI, other public sector banks will be public sector banks. So this classification will always exist. This structure will always exist. All we need to understand more clearly is that whichever bank you are going to associate with, you need to be very clear about their products and services and what are the offerings that they are customizing, they are designing, or they are going to design in future for the customer segment for whom they are making their extended branch. Is it clear? So I have a few questions here. I hope the questions are visible to you. Questions visible hai?
Yes.
So what will be the answer of first question? First question hai, regional rural banks can operate its branches. Option A hai, anywhere in the state where it has its headquarter, anywhere in the state, but not non-customer related offices can be opened anywhere in the country, anywhere in the country, or only in the district notified by the government of India.
Only in district
Only in
option
the
D.
Only in the
Option
district by
D. Very good, very good.
D.
सबको क्लियर है ये?
Yes.
Ma'am.
ठीक है, very good. Second question है, small finance banks are required to give finance.
A है मैम इसका.
A है?
Option A.
Yes.
Sure?
Minimum of 25 lakhs.
अब आपने
ये-
बाकी ऑप्शंस पढ़ लिया है?
Hmm.
सारे ऑप्शंस रीड किए हैं? %50 of its total advance portfolio should be at least up to 25 lakhs per
25 lakh per people.
ये एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट पर्पस है इन बैंक्स को एस्टैब्लिश करने का, ताकि अगर आप इफ यू रिमेम्बर आई शो यू, तो उसमें जो फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन का जो फोकस है उसको फोकस को ध्यान में रखते हुए, उस पर्पस को ध्यान में रखते हुए 50% ऑफ इट्स टोटल एडवांस पोर्टफोलियो शुड बी एट लीस्ट अप टू 25 lakhs per bond. After that, we have our third question. As of 31st May 2023, the total number of private banks in India is
21.
21. Very good.
21, madam.
Main function of banks include, what are the principal or important functions?
All of the above.
All of the
All of the
above?
above.
Okay.
All of
Okay.
the above.
They accept deposit, they lend money and invest,
All of the above.
and
Madam,
non-fund
all of
business
the
and
above.
remittance. All of the above. Very
All
good.
of
Very good.
the above.
Then we have, which is true with regard to the operations of payment banks in India. Read all the options, A, B, C, D.
Which is true. Option B.
Option
Option D. Payment banks can extra demand deposit or the such deposit cannot exceed 2 lakhs per customer.
okay. Is option D correct? Everyone,
फाइव का क्या है मैम?
आप बताइए कौन सा ऑप्शन सही होगा?
Payments can accept demand deposit and such deposit
Deposit and
cannot.
such deposit cannot
Okay,
exceed
okay, very good. D is the
2
right
lakhs per
answer.
customer.
Then we have question number
Yes, ma'am.
6. Which of the following is not a development financial institution?
IDBI Bank.
IDBI B. Option B.
क्यों IDBI बैंक क्यों नहीं है डेवलपमेंट फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन?
जी मैम,
IDBI
प्राइवेट
Bank.
सेक्टर है मैडम.
ओके, प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक में इसका मेन इन्वेस्टमेंट किसका है? प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक में
आईडी
LIC का 51% स्टेक है.
51%. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Which of the following bank provides 75% of their loans to borrowers classified as the priority sector?
Small finance bank. C.
Okay,
Fine,
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
very
yes,
good.
yes.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, very good. Then scheduled bank is a bank. Read the options.
A include in the second of the RBI.
Second,
in the
RBI Act.
schedule
Okay.
of the RBI
And
Act.
the RBI, when was the RBI Act introduced? किस year में RBI Act introduce किया गया था?
1934.
Very good, very good. And ये जो
19
second schedule है, इससे related भी आप जितना और अपने आप को update कर सकते हैं वो आप करिएगा. It will help you in understanding the system much better.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Which of the following institutions were formed in 1982?
C. NABARD, ma'am.
Yes, very good,
Number.
very good. And lastly, we have last question. Can all of you read?
Dash Bank was set up by the converting Imperial Bank of India into a state-owned bank.
In
State Bank of India.
1955.
Which bank was
SBI.
this? SBI.
SBI.
Okay.
State Bank of India. SBI.
SBI, ma'am.
And in which year it took place?
1955.
Very good. And after that, what all happened?
55.
It known as Central Bank of India.
Imperial Bank of
Yeah.
India.
Mm-hmm.
Central Bank of India. 40.
Mhm. So if I ask you, do you see changes taking place in our banking system or no? Are there changes happening in our banking system?
Yeah.
Yes.
And are these
Yeah,
changes, are these changes able to capture more and more customer or cater to more and more customers?
Yeah. Day by day it is improving.
Day by day it is improving, and with this improvement it becomes a responsibility of you as an extended branch of the bank, that you continuously update yourself with respect to the structure of banking system as well.
Okay.
एक सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन रखते हुए अपने आप को, आपका जो नॉलेज बेस है आप उसको और स्ट्रॉन्ग करते जाएंगे, तो आपका जो ओवर कस्टमर से डीलिंग वाला एस्पेक्ट है जहां
Dealing करते हैं.
सो उसमें जो आपका ओवरऑल एक्सपीरियंस रहेगा और जो कस्टमर का कॉन्फिडेंस आप में बिल्ड होगा वो फिर बहुत अच्छा होगा एंड डेफिनेटली आप उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट खुद ही नोटिस कर पाएंगे. So with this, I'm ending the session. You just be here. I'll just check about your next class and I'll update you.